Happy St. Patrick's Day. Find out why we celebrate this green day. Destiny Reed has the details.
And while we're thinking about four-leaf clovers, the circus is coming to town.
Plus, when you think of Vans, the Bahamas brass band comes to mind. Stay close for that.
And coming up in sports, the Junkanoo boys fall just one goal short of qualifying for the Beach Soccer World Cup.
Tonight, Access Now starts now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis.
And I'm Marlena Leonard. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, Access Now.
It's St. Patrick's Day, Marlena. What say you?
I say green. And I'm going to get up to even more of these green activities once we're done. I'm going to try some of that chicken pot pie, delicious pot pie, and then probably the even more delicious green drink.
Ooh, sounds very scrumptious indeed, but good stuff there. We have a story coming up on that from our Destiny Week later on, but let's dive right into the news, shall we? Gather the family, grab your tickets, and prepare for a thrilling night of circus magic and jaw-dropping thrills where the impossible comes to life. Acrobats to fire-breathing daredevils, gravity-defying stunts to side-splitting comedy. This is the kind of spectacle you won't want to miss. West Calix Forbes has a story.
The circus is back in town, bigger, bolder, and more electrifying than ever, following a sensational debut last year. They have returned to the Bahamas, bringing its high-energy, gravity-defying to Nassau before heading to Freeport, Grand Bahama from March 21st to the 23rd.
Really incredible brand new show, and we're so thrilled to be here. We've been welcomed so warmly, and we can't wait to bring it to Freeport next weekend as well. We've actually got 4 more chances to see it this weekend here at the Kendall Isaacs Gym. You can find tickets on eTickets Live or on ExtremeTourBahamas.com to grab those tickets because they're selling fast, and yeah, we're just so excited to be here. So thank you for having us, Nassau.
The Kendall Isaac Gymnasium is transformed into a high-octane arena where world-class performers will push the limit of human ability. The 1 hour and 30-minute show promises heart-stopping stunts, breathtaking acrobat, and an electrifying rock and roll vibe that will keep the audience on the edge of their seats.
So we actually have an entirely brand new show. Last year we brought Circus International, which is our traditional, very, very cool circus show. This year it's actually a stunt-focused show. So we've got motorcycles, we've got our Wheel of Steel, we've got really incredible acrobats from Spain's Got Talent, and just a really amazing ringmaster as well that we have from Cirque du Soleil. He came here straight from Cirque. He's a chainsaw juggler. So we really just took everything up a notch, and it's a little bit more rock and roll, a little bit cooler, edgier, and there's something for everybody. So we're really excited about it. Yeah.
One of the show's most daring acts come from death-defying motorcyclist and his daughter, who took the stage in a performance that blends precision, speed, and adrenaline. Speaking to them, it's clear that the love for circus is a family tradition.
With the Globe and riding motorcycles, I started when I was about 18 years old. Now, the circus, I started performing when I was about 9 years old. So I am 4th generation circus performer. My daughter is now 5th generation circus performer, and she started performing at the age about 7. Yeah, so we got her a little bit earlier.
I honestly, love it, because then I get to be with my family the whole time, and we just get to perform in front of all different kinds of people and all over the world. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Wes Calix Forbes.
St. Patrick's Day celebrations are in full swing, with millions around the world joining in the festivities to honor Ireland's patron saint. Parades, music, and vibrant displays of green are bringing communities together in a global celebration of Irish culture. Our Destiny Reed decided to try on the leprechaun's hat.
St. Patrick's Day, celebrated on March 17th, is more than just a day to wear green or to party. It's a celebration of Irish culture and of the legacy of St. Patrick, a man who brought Christianity to Ireland.
Born in Roman Britain, Maewyn Tuciat, widely known as St. Patrick, was kidnapped at 16 by Irish pirates, escaped, and later returned to Ireland as a missionary. He's credited with using the shamrock to explain the Holy Trinity. After his death on March 17, 461 AD, the day was designated as a feast to honor him. What started as a religious observance quickly turned into something much bigger. Irish immigrants in the United States transformed St. Patrick's Day into a massive celebration of Irish pride, complete with parades and festivities. The first ever St. Patrick's Day parade was held in New York City in 1762, organized by Irish soldiers serving in the British Army. By the 19th century, the holiday was as much about Irish culture as it was about faith.
And fast forward to today, many Irish restaurants like our friends at Shenanigans celebrate St. Patrick's Day with Irish food or drinks like this Wicked Leprechaun or this Guinness Draught.
Well, we would have the traditional corned beef and cabbage, we would have the shepherd's pie and all of that stuff.
When asked why Shenanigans celebrates St. Patrick's Day, manager Davida Nold said this.
We have a lot of Irish and Scottish people that live here in the Bahamas, and we want to commemorate that with Bahamian a little bit, but mostly Irish.
And if you want to know why we Bahamians should join in on the festivities,
well, because it has a lot of history, and he was a slave. He was brought into Ireland as a slave, he left, and then he came back. But he came back mainly to bring Christianity to Ireland, because we are a very Christian nation. So I believe that that ties in with Bahamian culture as well.
What began as a religious observance in Ireland has turned into a worldwide festival celebrating music, pride, and of course green, making March 17th a worldwide day for everyone to celebrate the Irish culture. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Destiny Reed.
Great story there, Destiny. When you think about marching bands, the first thing that comes to mind is the Bahamas Brass Band, which has a history deeply rooted in the Bahamian Christian community. West Calix Forbes spoke with the band. Here's her story.
For 170 years, the world-famous Bahama Brass Band has been more than just a musical ensemble. It has been a spiritual force, a pillar of tradition, and a life-changing ministry within the Church of God of Prophecy. As a staple of the church's annual marches and worship services, speaking to the bishop and band leader, he emphasized that the Bahama Brass Band is more than just an ensemble, it is a ministry.
Spiritually, the band impacts people's lives in ways that we cannot imagine. On so many of our trips, and even here throughout the Bahamas, we've had significant healings and people coming to Christ without a word mentioned. But just by the playing of this music, people come to Christ, their lives are touched forever. And that's one of the significant things that's always touched my heart, that what music can do with people who hear it.
The band is not only known for its stirring performances, but also known for its ability to bring people together through the power of music.
Music is a part of it, but we have wonderful fellowship. The scripture says, behold how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. And you here see behind me, these are brethren. We grow together, we're mentoring, we're investing in the lives that come within the band. So we have people as old as 80, 85 playing in the band. We have them young as 17. And so there is a meshing of generations that lets everyone know that this band is just more than music. It's fellowship, it's mentoring, it's pruning, it's growing, it's developing, and that's what we're about.
The band's longevity is due to its long-lasting ability to inspire and train younger musicians. One of those musicians is a third-generation band member and now teaching the next generation. He shared how his great-grandfather, grandfather, and father were all a part of the world-famous brass band.
And he participated on the parade today as well. So he is an excellent bass drummer. He has traveled the world, ministered with this band all over. And I, too, I'm a trumpet player as well. I did play a little bass drum, but I decided to stick on trumpet. And I ended up becoming the director of the Bahama Junior Brass Band, where I'm teaching young kids from like age 8 to 17, because it's a generation thing where
the Bahama Brass Band is not just an organization, it is a testament to the enduring power of faith and music, shaping lives one note at a time. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Wes Calix Forbes.
Good story there, Wes. And still to come, we heard the government high school is in the building. The alumni is up next, so keep it locked.
When I say voice choice, you say Bryland. Voice choice. Voice choice.
Education officials visited the Harbor Island All-Age School recently to greet students, teachers, and administrators. Minister Glenys Hannah Martin underscored the purpose of the meeting with educators and students throughout the nation.
I am so happy that I have been able to keep a promise to myself that I will come to the people that represent this school, our educators, our administrators, our support staff, and you. And we've been making it a point to go to every school in the nation. Not to say that we've traveled and we've been to this place and that place, but because we want the message to go out to every child, every single individual, that we know, and the results are showing, that the Bahamian child is an extraordinary creature. They're incredibly gifted.
Director Dominique McCartney-Russell and District Superintendent Harcourt McCoy applauded the improved student success rate at the Harbor Island All-Age School.
Coming here and seeing what is being done at the Harbor Island All-Age School, I am so elated. I am elated to celebrate with this team because what you're doing for these children, some of them may not see it today, but I can tell you, they're going to see it later on.
Math application in 2023, 15%. In 2024, 92%.
Johnny McIntosh for Ed Talk.
Welcome back. You're looking at a shot of Nassau Harbor. Neville Smith, our trusted drone pilot, is out there flying tonight. Wonder where he'll end up next. Well, as for us, been on Eleuthera for a while. Officials in Wims Bight, Eleuthera paying close attention to the track of a bushfire that started about 2 days ago. While there's been no loss of life or property reported, the Member of Parliament for Central and South Eleuthera, the Honourable Clay Sweeting, confirmed this blaze adds to a gas explosion that coincided with the bushfire.
Currently, it's just a bushfire, but I think that when communities see this happen, they just want to be preemptive to ensure that if it got to that point that they were able to fight the fire before it damaged somebody's home.
The Eleuthera MP plans to collaborate with his cabinet colleagues in finding a sustainable solution to fight Family Island fires. As it stands now, most of the fire services throughout the Family Islands operate with volunteers.
And the challenge has been where communities have purchased fire trucks, but because of maintenance or lack thereof, when they go to utilize them, they're not ready to go. So that's the challenge. I mean, buying a fire truck is one thing, but maintaining, ensuring that they utilize it, because you got to use the truck once or twice a week to ensure that everything functions properly, so when the fire does happen, you're ready to go.
LaDawn?
Thanks, Marlena. We are here with two alumni of the government high school, Dr. Robin Roberts and Vincent Vanderpool Wallace. This school was considered the creme de la creme of government schools back in the day, and its alumni are celebrating 100 years of the school's existence. Gentlemen, welcome to the Bahamas Tonight Access Now.
Oh, good to be here.
So tell us a little bit about, I guess, the class that you've graduated from, and what was it like for you attending the government high school?
Well, I think our year was, graduation year was 1969. Now, a number of us went on to A-levels and finished in 1971 also, but we see officially as our graduation year as 1969. And so we arrived at Government High as 11-year-olds back then. So I've known this guy since I was 11 and vice versa. And he's now my medical doctor also at the same time. So it is, it really was an extraordinary experience and one of the best schools, if not the best school I've ever attended.
And Dr. Roberts, how are you able to compare the school then, back in 1969, to now, 2025?
Well, you know, we were a classical grammar school. And so this was the time when you had the common entrance exam. And so at 11 years of age, you had all these kids who would write the examination to get into high school. And that was the time in 1964, we only had 8 high schools. And there were 7 parochial schools, and this was the only government high school, okay? And not only that, it was the cheapest school. at that time.
Right.
At that time, the fee was £10.10. And for many of us, for many of our families, that was very costly at that time, even though it was the cheapest of the schools. And it was also a school where all the children, regardless of your socioeconomic status, that there was a level playing field in which you wrote the common entrance exam. And I don't know how many kids at that time, but I would say every kid around the age 11 would write for the government high school. And at that time, you'd only take in 90 students. I went to the Southern Junior School, and that was the first time that we were allowed to write the common entrance exam, because normally that was for the fifth graders at Southern Juniors, at Southern Seniors. So the Southern Junior was allowed for the first time. And I remember there were 58 of us who wrote the exam, and only 8 passed.
Okay,
so
that's the difference.
And so I don't know what Vince's experience was at the time.
No, same thing. I came from the Western instead of Southern. From Western Senior School, because in fact at Western Junior School, we were too young because they had to sit the exam at 11. So we were too young, and so some of our classmates took the exam and went on to Government High. And personally, I mean, when I grew up in Grantstown, so when the people were making such a big fuss about some of the people in the area, 1 or 2 that went to Government High, I told my mother, I want to go to Government High, because that's what it's all about. So the fundamental difference really was the fact that you had to take an exam at age 11 in order to qualify to go to government high school. And I think that made all the difference compared to what happens today.
And 100 years is a very long time. Tell us about some of the more notable graduates.
That's easy. And, unfortunately, we're going to leave out some very important people. We'll just start with who's regarded as the father of our country, Sir Lyndon Pindling. I mean, there he is in his short pants in Form 1, as most of us did. And almost any major captain of industry, any major historical figure that had a tremendous effect on the growth and development, and of course the independence of the Bahamas, the majority of them went through government high school. So there is no question about it whatsoever that when you look at the legacy of the school, it's quite substantial.
And Dr. Roberts, tell us about some of the plans to celebrate 100.
Boy, now you're stretching it. they just asked me if I would participate, and I really want to give kudos to Mr. Fernando, because he is really spearheading this project, and I really want to compliment on his organizational and management skills. But I know that we are being invited to this banquet that we're going to have in April. I know that he has spearheaded one of the things that's very attractive, that there's a whole line of clothing. Not only for women, but for men as well. T-shirts, shirts, suits.
Celebrating the 100 years.
100 years.
Yeah.
And in addition, as I said, we're going to have that big gala night when we are going to have this big banquet. And so we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, we have this coincidence for us. We are celebrating our 50th of graduation, but also celebrating the school's 100th. So between April and May, we are having 2 celebrations, one for the graduation year and one also for the 100th anniversary of the founding of the school.
All right, Dr. Roberts, Mr. Vanderpool Wallace, thank you, gentlemen, for joining us here on the Bahamas Tonight Access Now, and all the best to you as you celebrate 100 years.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Great to be here.
Thanks.
Let's check in with sports to see what's in store.
Breaker in the semifinals of the CONCACAF Beach Soccer Cup. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
With BGC's crystal clear mobile service, stay connected seamlessly, whether on land or at sea. Our reliable postpaid plans keep your loved ones closer, no matter where life takes you.
8 large eggs, 1 dozen, $3.79. Half macaroni and cheese, 7 1/4 ounces, $1.29. Rainbow green pigeon peas, 15 ounces, 2 for $2.89. Chicken and quarters, 10-pound bag, $1.19 per pound. White strawberries, 1 pound, $3.99. If you want to see some madness this March, shop the best of vegetable value and quality supermarkets.
Welcome to your Monday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. Opening day for the Bahamas Flag Football League taking place on Sunday at the Thomas Robinson Stadium. But before then, this weekend, the Junkanoo boys falling 1 goal short of making its first CONCACAF Beach Soccer Cup. Let's take a look at the highlights. The Bahamas falling 1 goal shy of making their first ever Beach Soccer World Cup. This is Guatemala would advance to the 2025 CONCACAF Beach Soccer Championship final. Bahamas taking on Guatemala Saturday evening. They would fall 2 goals down early in this one before Wood Julmus would score in the second period to begin the comeback effort from a direct free kick. Brandon Adderley struck a bicycle kick with 20 seconds left in the second to equalize things for the host and set up a winner-take-all situation in the closing stretch. But Pablo Croker broke the deadlock late in the third. This one would seal the fate of the Junkanoo boys 3-2.
It was a good fight to the end, but we gave us some early chances, and then we had to fight back to get back in the game. And then when we got in the game, we had our own chances, but we didn't put them away. So when you don't put away your chances, that's what happened. So end of the day, we fought out. We left it all on the field today, and we just fought short.
I think the team was ready, but we had a slow start. And I think that cost us because we were chasing the game the whole time. And once we got it, we had a lot of chances. We had at least 3 clear chances, hit the post, and could have taken the lead. But, you know, that's sports, man. Sometimes, you know, at least I'm proud of the team. They gave it all. They left everything on the field. And, you know, we just didn't finish our chances. And that's like I said, that's sports.
The Bahamas would have a chance to end the tournament on a winning note as they would take on the USA on Sunday in the third-place game. But unfortunately, they would finish the weekend 0-2 after a promising start to the tournament, dropping their final game to the Americans 6-2. So look at your sports on this Monday. A check on weather when we return.
Well, let's go. I think you've been too far, huh? Just wait.
Bulk up your business and communication with parents, students, and staff in seconds with a live business bulk SMS messaging. This is the perfect tool.
Let's see one.
Alerts. Keep your campus informed and connected with bulk SMS messaging from Alive Business. The right choice for fast, reliable communication. For more information, contact the experts.
It's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at a service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you could be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk or catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one in the car, say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. You got up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
At Koshright, our members know that there's a lot to smile about. They know that membership has its privileges. Guaranteed low pricing on every item, every time you shop. Each membership comes with 2 cards. That's one for you and a free card for a member of your household. Gold card holders earn an annual 2% rebate up to $500. Koshright members get discounts at other participating businesses. So that's a lot to smile about. Whether it be clothing, appliances, home goods, or groceries, shop at Koshright, where membership truly has its privileges.
It's time now for your Access weather forecast. A strong cold front went through the northwest Bahamas this morning and brought with it some heavy showers and thunderstorms, and that's now making its way through the central islands and eventually later on tonight into the southeast Bahamas. Now behind that, you'll get some winds up to near gale force, so we ask the small craft to simply stay in port. And some cooler temperatures will also follow, and that will be with us for the next several days. Now your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Live Business, where we bulk up your business. In the northwestern islands tonight, winds northwest at 20 to 30 knots, very, very rough sea conditions at 7 to 10 feet over the ocean. The high tide, that will take place at 10:54 tonight. And for the central islands, the winds northwest, slightly weaker at 15 to 25 knots, but those rough seas will continue at 5 to 8 feet over the ocean in the central islands. And for the southeast Bahamas, the winds northwest at 12 to 18 knots. So caution flag is in place for the southeast Bahamas, but that will change by tomorrow. And as we go into tomorrow, for all areas, the winds become northwest to north at 15 to 25 knots with those rough seas at 5 to 8 feet over the ocean. High tide tomorrow, 11:07 in the morning, with the low tide at 5:13 in the afternoon. And then on Wednesday, middle of the week, northerly winds 10 to 15 knots, so we'll see a significant decrease in those wind speeds, wave height subsiding 2 to 4 feet over the ocean, so we will drop all of those caution flags for you on Wednesday. High tide 11:44 in the morning with the low tide at 5:49 in the afternoon. And that's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they're brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather update. LaDawn and Melina.
Thanks a lot, Basil. The wind is blowing out there, and it's really rainy outside, Melina.
Well, as we say in Bahamian culture, 20 toes weather.
I have no comment on that, Melina. In fact, let's take a look at Let's Talk Socials with Matea Cunningham.
Hey, everyone. Welcome back to Let's Talk Socials, where we break down what's trending on your timeline. And today we're talking all things St. Patrick's Day. Now, if you've been scrolling, you've probably seen that viral video from Barstool Sports, a bar going all out with the ultimate St. Patty's celebration. Picture this, a long line of drinks set up across the bar, and one by one, Irish cream shots drop in like dominoes. The precision, the commitment, the pure chaos. Yeah, the internet can't get enough. Check it out. Now, we don't recommend trying this at home, but we do want to know, what's the wildest St. Patrick's Day tradition you've seen? Let's hear it in the comments. That's it for Let's Talk Socials today. Bye.
Well, that was pretty cool, Matea. Well, Monday is out, Melina. That does it for us.
Sure does. Well, you enjoy the rest of your St. Patty's Day, and stay tuned for the Rundown with Clint Watson. His guest is none other than the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Fred Mitchell.
Good night, everybody.